The time has come. The day has finally arrived. Viewers and subscribers, this live stream is one that you should not miss, ignore, or even bypass. As Premier 7 welcomes a top Liverpool fan on air to express himself about his club. He's a friend of mine, and I tell you, he's always having something to say about Liverpool, whether or not there's a match in session. Before I introduce the boss, stay tuned for more on Premier 7. Welcome to Premier 7. I am your host, Ryan Nelson. The atmosphere is already set, and now I welcome Jordan Seaton on board. Mr. Seaton, welcome on board. How are you doing today?
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Sir Nelson. Happy to be here. Really happy to be here.
Absolutely amazing. Just to let you know here, viewers and subscribers, this is Jordan Seaton on board, and basically, he's a Liverpool fan. As you can see, Liverpool fan makes appearance on Premier 7. And by way of that, viewers and subscribers, I just want to remind you, currently I have 270 subscribers. So continue to watch, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Premier 7. Please turn on your notifications bell for more news and updates on the matter. So today on the show, myself and Mr. Seaton will be going through a few things about Liverpool. Things like how does he feel to be a Liverpool fan? We're going to dive into the transfer news for Liverpool so far. A little talk about other teams. Also, we're going to speak about what is his thought on Jurgen Klopp as the current coach of Liverpool, and where does he think Liverpool will be finishing next season. And by way of that, we will close the show. So, Mr. Seaton, I have a top question for you. So the thing is, you have been a Liverpool fan for years, a club that have achieved so much. For example, 19 league titles, 8 FA Cups, and a record 9 League Cups, 4 Super Cups, and the list goes on. How does it feels for you to be a Liverpool fan?
Well, Mr. Nelson, everybody know me are the biggest and the loudest Liverpool fan. Well, who no know. Me are the biggest and loudest Liverpool fan in a England. Well, in a Jamaica. Me all have my Liverpool cup for sure it. So
All right, sounds
it's
good.
a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. Knowing that I support a club that knows a thing or two about championship, winning mentality,
Mhm.
that whole heavy metal thing, a good feeling.
Right, right. So, for you to be a Liverpool fan, you're basically showing the world that you have been a Liverpool fan for years. And I hope that everyone is listening because Seaton isn't going to play around. He's somebody who always expresses himself in terms of how Liverpool is performing. And I won't say which club I support because it is all about Liverpool today. All right. So, Mr. Seaton, as we know, now it is indeed the summer transfer, and Liverpool have made two excellent signings in Alexis McAllister for £35 million and Dominic Soboslai for £60 million. Do you think this is good business since Liverpool has been crying out for an upgrade in the midfield?
I must say, Mr. Nelson, I must say, I figured that Liverpool were going to come up with some shagadonkey excuse to not make signing for the most part. But I must say, they have truly proved me wrong. For now, that is. The fact that these players are still young and have experience in performing at the big stage says to me that Liverpool's midfield will definitely be unrecognizable next season. And if Jurgen himself
All right.
puts
Yes, as you were saying about Mr. Klopp.
and if Jurgen himself puts one of our current players, Trent Alexander-Arnold, in midfield full time, let's just say that our rival team should be very afraid. It's a promising look. But I was hoping
All
that,
right.
to tell you the
Go
truth,
ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. Nilsson, I was hoping that they would break the bank even further for Inter's Barella and Nice Thuram. Not only
Oh.
can they be rotated, but Liverpool's midfield will truly be set for years.
All right. So
Thank you.
basically, yeah. So basically, Mr. Seaton, as we know, Liverpool have signed two players so far: Alexis McAllister and Dominic Soboslai. What I want to do here is that I want to have a split between both. We're gonna have a small discussion on each of them, starting off with Alexis McAllister. And I think this person is basically an upgrade for the midfield for Liverpool, having seen that several players have left Liverpool. I recently saw a news for which Henderson basically have accepted a move to Saudi Arabia, and we all know that players like a Naby Keita is already out the door for Liverpool. So, as I've said before, we're gonna speak about the two players, but let me start off with Alexis McAllister first. McAllister is currently 24 years old and he has signed a 5-year contract with Liverpool. He's an attacking midfield player. Sometimes he can play as a centre mid or a defensive midfield player. By way of that, Mr. McAllister have achieved several things. As we should know, he's a World Cup winner in the year of 2022. He's a Argentinian champion. Of course, the CONMEBOL UEFA Cup of Champion. He also achieved such massive accomplishment. So, what does this say about a McAllister to you, Mr. Seaton?
Well, Mr. Nelson, I must say I'm impressed. We have a world champ. We feel like we feel like this is the kind of player we really need in our rebuild. Coming off as a world champion, can press the ball many different ways, can play in all parts of the midfield field. And my low key proud. I feel like when we midfield are gonna really tear up some soft teams. Know that for a fact.
No doubts about that because I can remember on several occasions when we're having our conversations about Liverpool, you're always stressing on the fact that Liverpool needs a midfielder and to have a McAllister in the midfield, it is absolutely a blessing. And a few more details about Mr. McAllister here, Mr. Seaton. He possesses a lot of strengths. It is said that he's very strong in terms of crossing the ball, and he's strong in terms of passing, making direct free kicks, tackling, and also holding onto the ball. For Mr. McAllister, his style of play is that he likes to do layoffs, likes to cut in, and likes to tackle. And by way of that, he's also rated above 7, so like 7 point plus out of 10. That shows us that this is the right type of midfield that Liverpool needs in terms of upliftment. And in that case, do you think this type of player is a right fit for Merseyside?
Almost definitely. Almost definitely. With his experience in tearing down teams, of course, when he was still at Brighton, I must admit, him show Liverpool some levels when he was playing against us. But now, like him, I play with we. This are the kind of player where Liverpool definitely need.
And I don't disagree because based on the statistics for Alexis McAllister last season, we all know that the Premier League is a total of 38 games. He played 35 games last season, 10 goals, 2 assists, and a few yellow cards. To me, this is the right type of player. And because Klopp is a coach, or Liverpool on a whole is a club that is accustomed to the Geoghegan pressing, and that was the case for McAllister when he was at Brighton. I don't think it is very difficult for him to integrate into a Liverpool team and prove his worth. Right?
Yeah, almost definitely. He has Premier League experience, so I don't doubt that at all.
Hmm.
I
And I
feel
don't
like
doubt it as well.
him really I got adapt to the style of play
Yeah.
we have.
Yeah, I believe so as well because McAllister is a player who is level-headed, and there were news before in circulation that teams like Manchester United and other teams more so were looking to sign a McAllister. But I don't think those teams would have been the better team for him, seeing that Liverpool needed a midfield upgrade, and McAllister is a prime example and a target as well who deserves to represent Liverpool. So in that case now, let's jump over to Dominic Szoboszlai because I saw a few clips on this player and we all know that clips doesn't dictate everything. But for Dominic Szoboszlai, he's like a Firmino type of player for me because of his flair, because of his speed and his skills. He's a different player in his own way though, but for Dominic Szoboszlai, he used to play for Leipzig. He's 22 years old, very young. He has also signed a 5-year contract with Liverpool. For his main position, he's also an attacking midfielder, but sometimes he plays as a right wing or a left wing. However, he is more recognized for being like an attacking midfielder from the left hand side. He has also appeared for his club as well on several occasions. Last season, 31 times for RB Leipzig, 6 goals, 8 assists, 3 yellow cards. And he has also won several things as well in regards to being at Leipzig and other clubs before. 2 German Cups, 3 Austria Cups, 4 times Austria champion. Another gem in your midfield. How do you feel about Szoboszlai as a upgrade in Liverpool's midfield?
A very a very solid signing, another type of player we need. Better than most of these players, most of the players I've seen. I think he'll continue that that same attacking, pressing,
Hmm.
cutting crosses, and who knows? Maybe he'll definitely be a Salah backup. Since you mentioned that he can play also as a right winger, so
Absolutely. Hmm.
so you don't know when January come Afcon a forward, so him definitely. So if
Right.
Salah not there, him a go fill in. And one thing I have to respect about Sabas, and I know if I said the name right,
Hmm.
but the fact that he sacrificed the Champions League with other clubs and Leipzig to play for Liverpool in the Europa League, it just shows a player full of caliber. And
Absolutely.
no doubt, I have no doubt that Liverpool may start winning some championships again. No?
Exactly. And I realize that Liverpool have upgraded in terms of bringing across different type of players in terms of even the height because Liverpool have a balance in terms of height. Before these players have signed, Liverpool normally have like shorter players in the midfield. Not to say all players were short, but seeing the incomings from last season, persons with height like a Cody Gakpo, a Darwin Nunes, and no a Szoboszlai, I think that is something for which can help Liverpool to even score from set pieces. And before I even give it a chance to speak once more, I want to let you know the strengths of Szoboszlai as well, because he is a gem at the age of 22. For him, he's very strong in terms of crossing the ball. He's strong in terms of passing, making direct free kicks, long shots, dribbling, also defensive contribution, taking set pieces, because that is the type of player Szoboszlai is. However, he have a small weakness in terms of discipline, but along the way, I think he can improve. And for his style of play, he is very good in terms of counter-attack threats, and he likes to do layoff as well, and likes to do crosses. In that sense as well, Mr. Seaton, for Dominic Szoboszlai is also rated well above 7 out of 10. So that is another blessing for Liverpool. What do you think about that as well for Saboslai?
I definitely agree. Facts are there that him come, him forward at Liverpool and him a go ready to press. Won't be surprised if him actually start and make him debut against Chelsea. I think that kind of player can break down teams like Chelsea and even City.
You mentioned Man City, and after this small segment, I'm going to go into other teams in terms of the transfers. So I know for sure you have something to say about some players that are at other clubs as new signings. But on a whole, you basically says that both Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai are two good signings for Liverpool, correct?
Yes, yes, it is.
All right. So I am expecting to see Liverpool performing better in terms of the midfield because of the impressive information that was being shared. I don't think a player like a Milner and a Naby Keita could have been that instrumental as a McAllister and a Szoboszlai. So I'm expecting more goals from the midfield. For example, as we know, you mentioned as well that Trent Alexander-Arnold sometimes can come into the midfield. It really depends on the type of game, but I am expecting more goals from the midfield for Liverpool with these two players being integrated.
And I agree.
All
Now,
right, go
as
ahead.
for as for Milner, he may. We have to speak on Milner. The last season, even when Liverpool were playing like they've been, Liverpool were playing like they've been to the beach and back and don't recover yet. But Milner are the only disciplined player I did see out of four of them, at least. So I'd say I will still give Milner credit for it, for his dedication, his commitment, his loyalty. As for Navigator, injuries, a good player, but injuries messed him up big time. So I think it was the best decision for Liverpool to let him go.
Thiago Alcantara.
Thiago Alcantara. Nelson, I'll have to
Yes.
be honest with you again. Thiago is a midfield maestro, but
Yeah.
he's got bones like jelly. When he's fit, I can see him working magic in Liverpool's midfield. But when he's so injury prone, man be running around like a headless chicken more while. You get me?
Yes, man, for sure, for sure. That was a good one. You mentioned that Thiago, he have bones like jelly. That was a good one. All right. So let's move on and into the transfers for other teams. So let's skip from Liverpool for a while and speak about the transfers of other teams. For example, Arsenal. Let's kick things off with Arsenal. What do you think about Kai Havertz?
To be honest with you, Nelson,
Mhm.
Kai Havertz was nothing more than a one season wonder. He scored that beauty goal to beat City in the Champions League a couple years back, but since then, he's nothing more than German Lukaku. If you get my drift, you know? Man can't score for save him life. He probably could have beaten Liverpool 50 times or 50 times last season. As I said, German Lukaku.
Mhm. All
And I
right.
think
Well,
he's
now
and
he's
I
in
think he's
Arsenal's team. Go ahead.
he may be in Arsenal's team, but who's to say that he won't bring down Arsenal the same way Jorginho did? Jorginho came, saw, and went about his business after destroying Arsenal,
Okay.
stopping them from getting any chances of any trophy.
All right, right. Because Arsenal should have won at least one trophy, but nothing was achieved on the hands of Arsenal. But a new season, a new beginning. Let's move over to Man City. Mateo Kovacic from Chelsea to Man City. He's not the replacement for Ilkay Gundogan, but what do you think about him as a player in Man City squad?
Mateo Kovacic, he's no De Bruyne or Gundogan or Silva. And
Hmm.
I will give him his props for his set pieces goal. Back when Chelsea were still solid, he actually scored a wonder goal for them against Liverpool, you know? And you
Yeah, I
can't
can
really
remember that
hate on
goal.
a player like that. Like that. But I don't think he's gonna strive too well at Man City.
Yeah, I think it's like a downgrade for Man City in terms of signing Mateo Kovacic, but who knows what he can do because everyone knew how impressive Haaland could have been as a striker, but he completely shattered the history of Aguero. He used one season to show that it seems very easy. Haaland made it look too simple, breaking records and all of those things. So even though Mateo Kovacic is not the same as a Gundogan, Pep is a tactician. Maybe there's a way how we can improve a Kovacic in his team, and maybe Kovacic can bring wonders just as how Haaland have done.
Yeah, but Haaland. But let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's be real, Nelson. Haaland is Haaland is a machine brought in from Norway. He's
Hmm.
tearing up records left, right, and center. No doubt, he will want to do the same. But he won't have. But let's see, he won't have Gundogan. He won't have Gundogan to hack the league for them again. So only time will tell if
Yeah,
Haaland
good
will
point.
still be a only time will tell if Haaland will still be a one season wonder, or he'll just or he will continue breaking records. The same way Man City broke the league,
Right.
right?
Only time will tell. Over to Manchester United. A quick thing about Mason Mount. I saw him play in the preseason game against Leeds yesterday. He was very impressive. He's now the new number seven, and I haven't seen any pressure on him. What do you think about him being at Manchester United when he could have been at Liverpool?
Let's be honest. Let's be honest, Nelson. Let's be honest, Nelson.
Hmm.
Liverpool compare Mason Mount is no. He's proven he's a proven midfielder. Did some wonders. He did some wonders, but he couldn't break he couldn't break Liverpool while he was at Chelsea. But that was one good game where he truly integrated into the team. No pressure on him yet, but that's just a friendly. The league is where it's at. The league is the real deal. Only we can see and know how he will do in the league, right?
Exactly. So let's move from the transfers from the other teams and dive into Mr. Klopp in terms of what I have to share. So about a little about information about Klopp. He arrived at Liverpool in I think 2015. He's a most recognized threat to a Pep Guardiola. He has won more than four major honors at the UEFA Champions League, EPL title, Community Shield, FA Cup, the list goes on. A history of Klopp is that he is a coach that plays the 4-3-3 formation, the that is highly rated. And this made Liverpool be known or well known for their excellent pressing style, but sometimes it does not work because he have a tendency of overplaying players. Have a say on that, Mr. Seaton.
You got that right. That's you see, I highly rate Klopp as a coach. He was the only one who knew how to break the Pep Guardiola. He won the league with Dortmund over Guardiola, and he won the league with Liverpool over Guardiola's City. But he could have done more. He could have done so much more. I truly believe that he could have won more with Liverpool,
And why do you say
and
that?
because Liverpool has been to so much. Liverpool has been to, if my memory serves, they've been to the Champions League final up to four times. He, but but it was against a tough opponent like Real Madrid. For me,
A
I
team that
think
he hates a lot.
you got that right, Mr. Nelson.
But I
Every
think you
time,
hate Man
every
City
time,
more than Real Madrid.
I can't stand Real Madrid. Every time I see Liverpool and Real Madrid drawing against one another, I get a headache. What when I see them playing on the Champions League first leg, couple months back, I see Liverpool the two up, but a lot of people say. Yes, man. Liverpool has finally broken Real Madrid, but you clearly forgot what kind of team Real Madrid is. They broke City, they broke Chelsea, they broke PSG, all in
Yeah,
one season, all
yeah,
in
yeah.
one
I can
Champions
remember that. Hmm.
League.
Yeah, that is
So
true.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised when we see them lead 2-0 and lose 5-2.
I can really and truly remember. Sorry for that. I can truly remember a time when you were hard at Klopp. You were saying it is time for him to go. Maybe it was because of how horrendous his statics were, or it was simple to understand. You have your days when you hated Klopp. Do you think it's time for him to go now, or he should stay for this season and beyond?
I will honestly, I'll let, I'd prefer if he stays until the end of his contract in 2026. I still think he can win a few more with Liverpool. I believe he can. But for him to do that, he has to change up things a little bit. From a reliable so I've often heard from a reliable source that he overplays the 4-3-3 tactics a lot. And
Hmm. Right, right.
every just about every team last season broke clap on the tactics. They played too predictable.
Exactly.
They
Yeah, it
played
was the case.
they played like they were in a different dimension, thinking that they can just break teams like that.
I can recall watching those games last season, and the same players overplayed. Was absolutely garbage at one point of his career last season. He was
Yep,
absolutely rubbish.
you cannot. I think I can speak for I think I can speak for most any Liverpool players on this right now, any Liverpool fans on this right now. I can speak for all of us. Say Trent at right back is nothing more like Shark Tale. You just can't you just can't play. Him just don't belong there. But if you
Yeah, yeah.
play him in midfield, prime Zidane all the way. Prime
What
Alvarez
are we
all
doing? Yeah.
Prime Alves right away.
Hmm. All right. So with that being said, still speaking about club and the Liverpool tactics, do you see McAllister and Soboslai surviving in the club system? Well, by being able to upgrade their careers to the next level.
Yes, I truly believe that they can they can get them firing right from the first whistle. If them
Okay.
do, so you know something are wrong. For years we've been trying to find a Genie Wijnaldum replacement. Because Genie,
Yeah.
I'll only speak a little on Genie Wijnaldum. Mr. Reliable, Mr. Dependable, Mr. Not Easily Injured. Unlike Thiago. If all goes according to plan, these two combined will break down. Have def- have defenders looking like them skating on thin ice, right?
I don't disagree with you because I can remember the Champions League game for which Gini Wijnaldum destroyed Barcelona. It was a big surprise, to be honest, but he, as you said before, Mr. Reliable, etc. So you must miss Wijnaldum from a Liverpool's team because he went to, I think, PSG and nothing went on for him there.
PS he went to PS he went to PSG to play his new role as a bench warmer. Let's be real.
And
He
by way of that, I think some players should stay at their clubs, and don't move to other clubs for like lucrative contracts. Or, but I don't think that's the case with Ronaldo. But some players should remain at their home clubs, or not their home clubs, but a club that they are better at, because they can wither away like a Hazard at Real Madrid.
Ana Coutinho at Barcelona, now Aston Villa. Let's be real. Philip
Exactly.
Coutinho. Philip Coutinho to this day, still not no respect for Philip Coutinho. Coutinho, he sold out Liverpool for Barca. But
But
we got some big money for him. Money that
yeah,
we invested in a proven Brazilian goalkeeper and a proven he's not best defender in the world, but he has his days.
Hmm.
But
Right,
post
right.
injury, but I'll speak a little on Virgil van Dijk. Post injury, Virgil had strikers strikers looking like they can run circles from within him, if you know what I mean, right?
Yes.
But but still, don't leave your home club, don't leave your old club. You live to regret it.
Well, that's true for some players. And you spoke about Coutinho going to Barcelona. I think it's the same thing for Neymar when he left Barcelona and went to PSG. I don't think it's a good idea when players leave clubs for big money, because that is where I believe that most players are flop. Not like a Cristiano Ronaldo who left United and went to a Real Madrid, I think, in 2009. But a lot of
Yep.
players beyond that flopped away with those huge signings that took place. Dembele is a flop to me when he left Dortmund to a Barcelona, and even Jadon Sancho is somewhat of a flop right now at Manchester United. So it continues for those players in terms of signing for big wages and big money deal.
Yeah, the money is not. Yeah, the money is not worth it. Even I would have sell out Liverpool for not club in the Saudi Pro League. But for Henderson, but for Henderson and Fabinho, they've done their days. I'll speak on them a little. They've done their days, and if they want to leave, I won't stop them because we're entering a new era of Liverpool midfield rebuild. But
Right. Hmm.
Coutinho and Hazard, they may as well retire.
Yeah, down the hill.
While while I will admit, Gerard, Stevie G tried to get the best out of Coutinho. He tried. I think Emery tried to get the best out of Coutinho too, but it's just not enough. The damage was already done.
Exactly. Now let's move over to the final point, really and truly, because it has been a wonderful show so far with myself and Mr. Jordan Seaton. Liverpool has struggled last season, but managed to finish fifth. Where do you see Liverpool finishing next season, with or without any further signings?
Well, well, I with at least two more signings, I can see Liverpool finishing second, right behind Arsenal. Because I truly don't think that Arsenal, who's to say if Arsenal not going to buckle the league,
Bottlers
just
FC might
like
have
they
emerged.
did, just like they did this last season. But it will be more competitive. But
So you,
if we can work, if Liverpool does, if the reality is that Henderson and Fabinho goes, Thiago goes, and we'll just work with what we have until January maybe or the end of the season. For sure, Liverpool can get it right and finish in the top four. I have my doubt. Look, like I said, I've seen this before. Liverpool were a shadow of their former selves in 2020-2021 season. They
Mhm.
didn't have Virgil. They didn't have any real defenders except for the youngsters, them Phillips, Reese Williams, and Ozan Kabak. But
Mhm.
still, they had a Wijnaldum. Thiago was in the team at the time. Fabinho was in the team. Henderson was in the team still in their prime. And we shot the entire footballing world and finished third. And for sure, Liverpool will get it right this season.
All right. So you mentioned that Liverpool can do well without having a Henderson and a Fabinho, but you're really saying that Liverpool would need to replace those two players with new players, right?
Which is right. Which is right. Because you can't just sell out. sell off some players and don't replace them. They're
Exactly.
free.
So
Henderson
go ahead.
free. I'm not going to speak ill on Henderson because he was good where it mattered most. But he has those funny runs. And that's something we don't really need right now. As for Fabinho, Fabinho, he played as worse as an injured he played worse as an injured Gundogan could ever. I was just thinking along the lines of good midfielders that have faced serious injuries. That's how much Fabinho wasn't at his best. He was just getting the only thing he was getting was yellow cards. And that's not the Fabinho I recognized. Fabinho was scoring so much bangers the previous season in Salah's absence, and he was just proving why he's a sweeper midfielder. So yeah,
Yeah, that is absolutely amazing. And I mean, we're actually at the end of the show, and it is absolutely an amazing pleasure to have you on board today, Mr. Seaton.
that
As we spoke about Liverpool, well, you being a Liverpool fan who made your appearance here on Premier 7, how do you feel about being on Premier 7, and what do you think about coming back for another time?
is a good look. It's a good look. I I like. I truly admire this medium where I'm free to express myself and
Hmm.
speak about and speak my mind about a team that I'm passionate about all the same, whether good or bad.
Exactly.
Nah sell out the thing for no Man City, no Chelsea, no Spurs. Worse no Spurs.
I agree. All right, so Mr. Seaton, it is absolutely my pleasure in having you today on the show. It took a while, but the results proved itself because we prepared ourselves before the show took place, and I thank you for coming on board. It was
Th-
a blessing indeed.
And thank you very much, Mr. Nelson, for having me. And I hope to be on the show once again.
Absolutely. That is always something that will be in the makings.
All right.
So have a good night, and I will speak to you in further details.
Yeah, yeah, man. Take care.
Yeah, man. Bye bye.
Yeah.
All right, so it is really and truly the end of the show. As you can see here on the screen, Liverpool fan makes appearance on Premier 7. This is it. And I did enjoy this session with Mr. Seaton. It is absolutely something for which I always want to do, having someone on the show who can share their say and have that time to talk. So it's time for me to go now. Viewers and subscribers, continue to support Premier 7 by watching, liking, commenting, and sharing. Turn on your notification bells for more news and updates about this wonderful and interested medium for EPL news. Take care, and of course, goodbye for now.